Am I still being detained?
Sir?
Am I still being detained?
Your question of being detained?
Am I still being detained?
Okay, I need to find... Do you have an ID, sir?
No.
You don't have an ID?
No.
What's your name?
My name's Captain Awesome.
Okay, so... Captain Awesome? If that's what you want to go by. Again, until I find out if you committed an infraction, if you've done a crime...
So you can detain me while you're investigating?
Yes, I can. That can happen.
Okay.
Because you are the subject of said investigation.
Sweet. But what crime do you suspect me of?
I'll let you know in the morning. Like I said, if I have an ID, we can work this out right now. I can get you out of here faster.
What's my ID going to tell you?
Who you are.
And what's that going to tell you?
What happened?
My name is going to tell you what happened?
It's a strong possibility.
That's amazing. Should take that shit on the road, dude. What's your name?
1 second. 136.
ALM is out, Haven about.
All right, can you send a corporal or sergeant up here also?
There's your copy.
Okay, gentleman here is filming. Okay, not an issue with that. Public place, you want to film. I asked him, did he have permits? First he said yes, then he said no. TSA said he filmed the oversized screening process. Okay, so of course TSA did not want to film the screening process. Okay, so
how do they want to proceed?
I'm waiting for a TSA first.
Where was that at?
Oversized baggage.
Yes, sir. Check it. Put your on. Let's go. We go down to the next set of dollars. Just on the outside of the school right here. That's a good job? Yes. Check in? Yeah.
So when Corporal gets up here, I'll talk to TSA and see how they want to.
Okay.
They're the ones that are running.
And what was your name, sir?
Captain Austin.
An ID? You a public servant? I get it when your supervisor gets here. Hello, ma'am. How are you today? What's your name?
Officer Severn.
Severn? Do you have a badge number?
33.
33? Okay. I asked that gentleman there, I guess you're his supervisor? Are you his supervisor?
Yes, sir.
I asked him to provide his name and ID and he refused, so I need to get that. Officer Jones? Do you know his serial number? 136. All right, thank you. I'd already talked to a lady down by the baggage claim that worked for the airport. She was fine with me down there filming. No, it was a little lady, blonde hair. She had a black jacket on. She talked to the TSA down there as well. They'll know who she is. She said what I was doing was perfectly legal. I was in a public place. So, besides, TSA doesn't have the authority to trespass. It's got to be the authorized representative of the airport, which they are not. Okay. TSA's website specifically allows for recording of their checkpoints.
C-35 on time. Yeah.
Am I still being detained?
Oh, C-35. That's not the right place.
Do you know if I'm still being detained, ma'am?
I don't know what's going on. I'm just standing right here. So until he gets back and lets you know, because he's the one who had contact with you, I don't know what has been said or done.
Okay.
Okay? So
All right.
I don't know what to tell you except just wait for him to get back.
Okay, that's fine. The powwow. Meanwhile, time's ticking on the unlawful detainment. One, two, three, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and the corporal makes 11 here. This is how tax dollars get spent for legal activities. Say 20 bucks an hour, you're looking at 220 bucks being wasted right here. Slack jawing. Good.
With the airport operations.
Good, nice to meet you, sir.
We were just being brief. Can you just catch us up on what happened today?
Nothing. I just come in to take some B-roll footage of the airport and the operations, and these guys start following me. Then this guy tells me I'm detained. I'm like, whatever. I see people around here recording left and right.
So, and just catching B-roll means what? What is that?
Just footage of the general area.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, nothing too important. TSA, I was down there earlier because TSA specifically allows their checkpoints and stuff to be recorded under certain conditions, like not interrupting business and that kind of stuff. So I was just down there getting some shots of them. So, I mean, I was actually on my way out the door when this guy come over and detained me. So.
All right. So the reason they're following up is because TSA noticed you filming over there.
Yeah,
So
there was
that
a lady downstairs that talked me to him.
Okay. So Now, you mentioned you were on your way out. So, what brought you to the airport today? Were you meeting someone today? Or
No, I
specifically
specifically
for video?
came here for video.
Okay,
Yeah.
gotcha.
I'm an
So-
independent journalist.
Got it.
Yeah.
So in the future, it would be great. Just check in with us. Let us know, hey, I'm here for this reason, and we can avoid all of this. Because to your point, no harm, no foul. But if you would have checked in with us and let us know, we tell them, hey, just FYI, he's here today. He's going to be doing a couple shots, right? Then they'd be aware of it, and then there's no. Otherwise, it's
But
just,
that kinda-
it seems odd that someone's
Doesn't that
focusing
kill
on
like a
that.
spot check? Like if your boss says, "Hey, I'm going to come and spot check you," don't you like clean up stuff you should hide?
Well, but again, it's going to stop and ask us to have to ask you, hey, this is suspicious. Someone's going to call, and we're taking our resources to have a conversation. You know, so to avoid all that, if you give us heads up, hey, today I'd like to come on site. I'd like to film your property. Hey, no problem. So that way,
Right.
if someone says, hey, this guy looks a little suspicious, walking over there, zooming into the TSA screening area,
But
we're
the
gonna
whole
have to
point
look
is
into
that
it.
we're free and that we shouldn't have to ask permission to do stuff that's not illegal, right?
Sure.
I mean, I don't have to call you to say, "Hey, I'm going to drive my car today," do I?
No, but if you decide to look at areas that are security sensitive, it's going to draw an eye, right? It looks suspicious. So people
Right.
are going to do the right thing. They're going to call it in.
Well, I told the
and then-
lady downstairs what I was doing. I mean, I don't understand how it could have went any further than that.
Yeah.
You know, because everybody knows we have a First Amendment right to record in public, right?
But you also, but this is where the fine line is. Also, as an airport,
Mm-hmm.
you have to be here if you have business. You can't just come here just to hang out. So
Well,
if you're coming to fly out or to meet someone, awesome, right?
Airports that are part of a municipality are ran by public officials, and Smith versus City of Cummings says that we have the right to photograph and record our public officials in the course of their duties. That's the only business I need here. Just record my public officials on my public dime working their business. You see what I'm saying? So, yeah, I mean, that's specifically why I'm here. Public officials.
On your way out. So are you leaving now, or what's the plan there?
I was going to look for something to eat, but I think I left my wallet outside, so I think I'll probably be taking off in just a little bit. Like I said, I'm still waiting for this guy to tell me I'm not being detained. If I get up, he could shoot me or tase me or something.
No,
so.
we were just trying to get the details. on,
Right,
hey,
right,
what
but
was
he's the
TSA
one that
side of the
detained me, so
story?
he's got to actually come and let me know that I'm not being detained. Because right now the clock's ticking on the unlawful detainment. So
So there's nothing unlawful, but while we're trying to figure out, hey, why is someone randomly deciding to video a screening area, and
Well-
then now we have a conversation.
Right.
So it's up to myself and Mark to say, okay, now we understand. Hey,
Right.
we have an agreement, or we can
And-
say, hey, you know what, you have no business here, so we want to let them know we're going to issue a trespass. So
Okay.
that's why I'm asking you, are you planning to leave now anyways? Just, hey, your business is done, then awesome, have a great day.
Yeah, I'm planning to leave here in just a minute. I
Yeah.
don't answer to no man, but basically what I'm saying is when my freedom of movement is restricted,
Sure.
which you don't have the power to restrict that gentleman right there does, when he has the power to restrict my freedom of movement, that's called a detainment. Okay, when they don't have probable cause, meaning there hasn't been a law broken, that's an
We
unlawful
don't need to get into
detainment.
all that.
Okay.
So all we need to know is, hey, look, we're reasonable folks. We love to have folks come into our property and buy food and visit their families and do those things. If you choose to come into the airport to visit us, help us out by being reasonable about your filming. If you go into a TSA screening area and start zooming in on machines and what they're doing, 99% certain someone's going to notice you and they're going to say, hey, look, this looks a little suspicious, and they're going to report it. So that's where we just say, hey, meet us in the middle, right? And maybe avoid that kind of stuff. If you want
Sure.
to come here in plain spot and take pictures of photos, that's reasonable stuff. But
Right.
if you come in here and all of a sudden start, filming officers, you're just drawing negative attention.
Yeah.
So you're
Well, it's
asking us to then come this way to
Listen,
start having
that's a great
conversations.
suggestion. I'd love to take it into consideration. So thank you guys for using your time today.
Whenever you're done, you're good to go. I'm his supervisor. I'm letting you know you're good to go.
Okay, so I'm no longer detained.
You're good to go, sir.
All right, I'm no longer detained, guys. All right, thanks, guys. Have a great day.
He told me he was coming also. So what are we doing? Okay. Right.
Your attention, please. Due to enhanced security measures, TSA has limited the items that may be carried through the passenger screening checkpoint. Please check with your air carrier for more information. Tampa International Airport is pleased to offer free wireless internet access. Use your Wi-Fi